Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of the official 5-7 Picture podcast. My name is Phu Hong. I'm one of the founders and your host for today's episode. This is a show where we dive into specific movies and TV show while chatting with fellow filmmakers and friends. So wherever you are now, grab a seat, put on your headphones, relax, have a drink if that's your kind of thing, and let's have a chat. All right. At first, I just want to say that I'm very excited for the podcast because this project has been on my mind for a year or more than that, and now I can't believe that I'm doing it. I wish I could tell you that we have a guest for this first episode, but friends that I have reached out to have respectfully declined since they want to see how this episode goes first. So I'll be the only soldier in the hole, the foxhole. So it's just me here today to keep you company. For this first episode, what I like to do is just share with you a story of how the company was formed. Now, I know it won't be a pleasant experience if you get to know all about me and I get nothing from you. Therefore, at the end of every episode, you can send in questions you have or pick a movie or TV show you want me to dive into in the next episode. All inquiries can be sent through the company's email, or you can contact us on Instagram at official57pictures. All right, let's tell the story. To do this, we have to wind the clock back to 2019. Me and Rodney, my co-founder, we were sophomore at Falls High School. At the time, I didn't consider filmmaking at all as a career, and I had no idea what I wanted to do. Due to my terrible taste in movie, in Rodney's own word, him and Amin, who's a mutual friend of ours, they took the liberty of forming a new club at the school. And the idea of the club is to have students come together after school, meeting once, like twice a month, I believe, and just watch movies together, eat popcorn, drink sodas or water, and just have a good time. And then we just keep that going. And it went so well, and we got a lot of support from our classmate and staff members. We run it together until the summer of 2021, which is when we graduate. And through the many movies we watch in that club, we form a special friendship, and our love for movies grows. It wasn't until the beginning of junior year that we took the filmmaking journey seriously. One day in English class, I believe we were learning about Shakespeare, and our teacher, Miss Olarande, or as we call her, Miss O, she was showing a video on YouTube about a Shakespeare adaptation or a little skit. And I turned to Rodney during the video and I asked him, wouldn't it be cool if we make movies? And he gave me a look. And from that moment on, I knew that I found something special. There's something here. Shortly after that, we put together a short film project, and I was responsible for writing my first screenplay, which is scary. We got in contact with the best of the best people from our school, people who did produce amazing content for the school and personal content on YouTube as well, and they were very excited to get started. We had casting call, audition, everything was ready to go, but unfortunately, due to COVID, it never happened. The project never took off. So we had to take that whole junior year off and in isolation because the virus was very unpredictable back then. We didn't know what it could do, and it was very transmissible. So we took that whole year off, and I try to learn as much as I can about the filmmaking process and writing screenplays through YouTube and other resources online. While Rodney, he made these little short film that he called Fun Day Friday on Instagram, which he'll upload every Friday. The following year, our senior year, we decided to take a TV and media production one class together at Fairfax High School. And luckily, we were accepted into the class since there were a lot of people applying, and there's a whole list, as I can recall. Our amazing teacher, Matthew, he taught us the fundamentals of filmmaking, and he really challenged us to the next level. It was the push that we needed. I remember one day before winter break, he told the class, all right, go out there and make a documentary and we'll watch you after the break. It wasn't, he didn't exactly say that, but it was somewhere along those lines. It was scary. because I didn't know how to get started, even though he had a whole lecture on documentary, and I was listening, of course. And I figured I would document my daily routine writing a feature film, because at the moment I was writing something, and I figured, oh, that's an idea. I can do that and just document what's my thought process throughout the whole thing. So like, okay, that's an idea. I already documented a couple of days in advance and had a whole plan for everything. But Rodney, he gave me a phone call after one of the class, and through that phone call, he convinced me to come on board, and we made Unlinked together. Unlinked, which is a feature-length documentary that we put on YouTube, about the impact of COVID, how it impacts students and educators in the Falls Church area. We got the word around school that we were doing this, and thanks to Miss Jones, our history teacher, and who also sponsored the movie review club, which we are grateful for. She got in contact with a lot of teachers, including the assistant principal, who agreed to do an interview with us, and we got everything going. We had our classmates do it too, and we put everything together, provide some information, and put on YouTube. As said, right now on YouTube, I think it has like 1,500 views, which is insane. It was something that neither me or Rodney expected. We submitted to a couple of festivals, but there's really nothing there. That's our first project together, and I thought at the time that this partnership's not going to last. It's just like a one-time thing. But then for the final project of a TV production class, that's just a bit before summer, our assignment was to go out there and make a short film. I did mine alone. I'm not going to tell you all about it because it's very embarrassing, and it has nothing to do with the formation of the company, so I'll leave it out. And Rodney, he did his. I helped him out a bit with operating the camera. I won't lie to you, because things were a bit tense between us during production of his short film, because there's a lot of miscommunication, and in the end, I had to drop his project and let him carry on with it alone. I realize now it was a dick move for me, so that was partly my fault. But despite all the conflict, Rodney finished the film and he put it out there, and it was one of the best short films I've ever seen. Our teacher Matthew, he loved it. We watched it together in class, and he said it really gave him the Ari Aster vibe, early Ari Aster film vibe. After working on 2 projects together, we are still unsure if we want to make the partnership official, because we do quite well together and we understand each other, and I think it's gonna work. And there wasn't a lot of people who were interested in cinema in our school, so we're the very few that do. It was, I think it was 2 months before graduating high school, and I told Rodney that I had an idea for another project, a summer project. And I told him that I wanted to make a documentary on our high school journey. And Rodney said, okay, that sounds good, but you be the driver on the project and I'll be in the back seat. So this is really that makes my first project that I have a lot of control over, which is a big deal. We talk a lot about the project, we got it going, and we decided when we promote the documentary, that's when we also announced 5 Cent Picture officially. We did that, and here we are. The project itself didn't do well with the responses, but the people that watch it, they told me that they love it, and that's all I need. The goal for us has always been to put out content that people hopefully will enjoy and react to, share with other people, and we can't wait to share what the next chapter of our journey holds with you guys. Obviously, with COVID, school, now that we're in college, and other external issues that are beyond our control, we haven't been able to produce content for a while. But throughout those time, we still hold meetings to talk about the future and what we can do. And this podcast here was the result of those meetings. I guess what I want you to take from the story is that whatever goal or dream that you have, go out there and make it happen. Yes, it might take years and years, but if you work consistently and always find ways to better yourself, that dream will become reality. But if you're in a place right now where you haven't quite figured out what you want to do, like I was back then, go out there and try new things. You never know what you find that you might like. I just want to say that again, I'm very excited to have you all join me on this journey. And well, I think I think that's pretty much wrapped up on how we got to this point. And again, if you have any inquiries, please reach out to us through email or Instagram at official 5 cent picture. You can check out our YouTube channel as well, where we put all of our films up there. And it has been a pleasure being here with you today. And I'll see you again very soon on the next episode of the 5 Cent Picture podcast.